Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen, pirates and pirates? Welcome aboard me, mateys. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. Hey, we're just going to dive right into getting the ads taken care of. I'm excited to talk some football. It's been a pretty juicy, drama-filled week throughout the NFL. Excited to get into all the narratives and the things that make up the greatest sports soap opera in American history, in sports history. That is the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. But first, got to shout out our sponsors. You see I'm rocking the GLD. Get your GLD just like me. Link is down below in the description. Take them to the yacht. You already know.
I'm back in Miami when no land, I got no understanding. How to hear I'm burning or turn me on, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, girl, when you're not.
I'm excited for the Lakers piece to come in. I'll be having the Lakers drink come in soon, because I'll be getting into my basketball betting groove and shit. So, boom. Big shout out to GLD. Make sure you guys get your GLD. Get iced out just like me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to shout out my homies over at All 22. It's for me. It's for you. Promo code Rumboyz. Take 40% off the subscription price. Get exclusive coaches breakdowns, analyst films, analyst takes. Get all the PFF stats, so on and so forth. And also, you and your friends get to challenge each other into a friendly 10 to 12 man friendly. What am I talking about? This is fantasy football. Nothing's ever friendly. Get on over to the All 22. Challenge your friends in a full 53-man roster, construction, building, football, kick-ass excitement that is proving who is the real fantasy football guru with All 22, where you get to build a full 53-man roster. Also want to shout out our homies over at Big Guy Fantasy Sports Network. Big Guy Fantasy Sports, big guys doing big things. Make sure you guys get on over to BigGuyFantasySports.com. $19.99 consistency guide. We're getting ready for the 2024 consistency guide. Y'all got to get on over there. Y'all got to show some love. We pumping out content. Big Guy Fantasy Sports Network. Let's go. All righty. Let me slide up my chair. That would have been embarrassing if I fucking fell back, chat. That would have been that almost happened. Almost busted my ass on stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to welcome my dear friend, my longtime hermano, ladies and gentlemen, representing La Familia. He's over there at Yahoo doing big things as well, ladies and gentlemen. He's all over the place, for real, for real. Tonight, I bring you mi hermano, Jorge Martin.
Orale! It's Robbie. So good to see you. So good to see you. I feel like it's part two. We had you on Familia FFP last night, so this is part two. We're a little more loose. We're a little more. We're ready to groove. I'm so happy to be here. Welcome, orale to the chat. Hello, everybody.
Orale, let's go. Really quick, chat before y'all even ask. Mike will be here. Mike is on the way. Don't worry. Hold on to your boxes, all right? Hold on to your boxes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know how we got to do, though, before we get into the show. Look, it's been a rough week for everyone. Maybe your team, made it into the divisional round, while some of you're on the couch with the rest of us, Dallas. We're going to go ahead. We got to You know,
Had to get that one in, right, Robbie?
I had to just get that one in really quick. We're gonna go ahead and we are gonna set the vibe. We're gonna set the mood. We got the coaching carousel going. We got some gambling that we gonna talk. Yo, Z2 said we sweating bets. What's good? What's good? Leafs, what's up? Danielle, what's good? What's good? Matt, what up? What up? Let's go ahead. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly.
Salud. Salud, everybody.
What I love about our live stream, no one can ever say that when I do that, it's a prop. No one can ever say that it's a prop. No, we're live. We're live. First thing that I want to talk about, to me, this is exciting news. I feel like that we all kind of knew that this was coming. We're going to start off light. Antonio Pierce, Compton bred, Compton raised, Big Bumpton was scud. Vegas gets their head coach. What are your thoughts surrounding the Antonio Pierce signing? There was rumors that Max Crosby was, if they didn't get Pierce, that he was willing to seek a trade. This one got a little sketchy because the players were backing the coach. What are your thoughts?
I love the move. And you know what? One of the things that I think gets underrated about coaches is the connection that they have to players, and that, the kind of like the CEO that they have to be. Getting these guys to be motivated to play for a coach is probably half the job right there. And he already won them over. I mean, he's got Devontae on his side. He's got Max Crosby. You got the leaders on your team, wanting to play for you. That is one thing. But it's really only going to come down to, do they get a quarterback? Because Aiden O'Connell is a backup. So, I love the straight out of Compton. I love the straight out of Compton. Shout out LBC, Long Beach Poly, coach, head coach at Long Beach Poly formerly.
No, kind of like what you were saying. He's a leader of men. He galvanized this team. When you get the big name stars to attach to you and to gravitate to you, there's something special about that. When you have your star player on defense talking about something, I will seek a trade if you do not bring this man back. To what you were saying, though, this team can only go as far as their quarterback will let them.
Yeah.
You cannot travel on the arm of Aiden O'Connell. I get it. We all got mesmerized in the preseason last year. We all did it. We were like, this is the guy. We're like, start him. Jimmy G, who? Look, both of them are toast. If you're the Raiders, he's seeking a quarterback this year in the draft or in free agency.
Or trade.
Who?
There's that guy in Windy City who might be available.
The Raiders with Justin Fields would be nasty.
Would that just be fun? Oh my goodness. Because we know that he could feed a number one receiver. And he's got a great deep ball. Their offensive line still may need a little work, but you know what? They're
Mayer can play NFL speed.
Yeah. So exactly. You got Michael Mayer, you got Jacoby Myers, and all of a sudden it's just you add that running element. And you know what? The Raiders have had some of their greatest success with quarterbacks on guys who have been kind of like after they don't. Derek Carr is one thing. But no, you've got Rich Gannon, guys who were at other places, who washed out other places. Oh my goodness!
He called that man a terrorist. Mark Davis didn't get in the way this time.
Thank goodness.
Look, but don't worry. Here's the thing: can Antonio Pierce survive the war room, survive the draft room? Because of this comment right here. All right, one of the things that I hate about the NFL draft, that a lot of times that we don't get to see, but you and I, we know that this happens. Owners, especially certain premier owners, the Jerry Joneses, the Mark Davises.
His dad was number one.
Yeah, his dad.
The originator.
These guys live for draft day. Raiders, you have your head coach now. My message to you, if you do not get anything else out of this Raiders Nation, I'm talking to you. All of y'all need to add Mark Davis and let him know we have our coach now. Do not Raider this up.
Yeah.
Do not Raider this up. The Raiders have been so bad in the NFL draft in recent memory, and just some of the craziest things that they have done personnel-wise and just decision-making. It's like you grabbed Cleveland Farrell off the fucking board. The Raiders have made such bass-ackwards moves.
Henry Ruggs over Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that would have worked out if you never,
Yeah.
Heading down a highway. Sorry. Born to be wild. Sorry. That was terrible. That was terrible. Henry Ruggs, keep your head up in there, brother. Keep your head up in there. The jail's no fun for no one.
That's that one hurts. That one hurts because he was close to figuring it out.
Yeah.
He was close to figuring out. Figuring out.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Isn't this the most Raiders characteristic though? It's the most Raiders thing. Please, you have your coach now. You have your superstars on both sides of the ball. I don't know what's going to happen with Josh Jacobs. I don't know if Josh Jacobs is still going to be there.
Zamir White was pretty good there at the end, subbing in.
Yeah, Zamir White looked nice.
A lot less tread on the tires.
Yeah, I think Jacobs could possibly go somewhere else and flourish. I have absolutely no problems entertaining the idea during the offseason of, but with Antonio Pierce, I could see Jacobs being like, all right, I'll give this another shot.
Yeah. I mean, because he liked him too. The last couple of weeks that he sat out, that was business decision. So he knew he was going to be a free agent and he's going to try and get some money. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him for wanting to get, keep himself healthy to get paid and maybe not put up subpar tape on there. So maybe he wants to come back, but no. Like one of the things that you and I have talked about a lot in the past, build up that offensive line. You've already got a dog on the defensive line. They add to that, and you know what? And you've already got the offensive players. Get that quarterback. So get the quarterback, and you know what? Get himself a good kind of infrastructure. So with a good offensive coordinator, a good defensive coordinator, so he could just concentrate on managing the team. So, or maybe he contributes to coaching on the defensive side of the ball, but get yourself someone like, this year's Bobby Slowick or this year's Ben Johnson and let them become a star.
Luckily, I find it kind of ironic that we're having this slew of like new big brains in terms of coaches coming into the NFL while simultaneously we watched and we are watching the quarterback carousel develop. Yeah. Playoff narrative message for when we talk about playoffs later on in the show. First playoffs where you're not having a Brady or a Manning in.
It's probably since 1999.
Exactly. So
1998 maybe.
Yeah, we're living in it, and we're living in crazy times right now. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I kind of want to move past the Raiders here. Raiders, congratulations.
Yes. Muy bien.
More time. You did something right. It'll probably be the only thing that you do right, but congratulations.
The thing, it further solidifies that their connection to LA.
Yes, it does. It really, really, really does. I was like, no, even though you're in Vegas, you are still the most LA. That was the most LA, most Oakland, that was the most California shit ever.
Yeah.
You can't escape who you are just because you change locations, okay? You can try and get out the hood. The hood can't get out of you.
But I love it. And you know what? We've talked about it. There's going to be no coach that has more swag than him.
No.
And I love that he's out there, coaching. He's got his earring on and everything like that, and he's got his way about the sideline. He commands the sideline. It's fantastic.
You got to run for your money. You got to run for your money as best in terms of best personality.
Yeah.
Speaking of personality, did you see the presser in Boston. I want to say yesterday or today when they brought out Jared Mayo.
I read about it and it was good. Another guy's got swag.
That relationship is going to be very, very interesting.
Thundercat,
bro. When he turned, don't worry, Mr. Kraft. I know it's one of those black names. We'll get it down. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, see, racist Boston fans. See, look, us as Lakers fans, we have heard stories of when our team has had to travel to Boston and just the things that get yelled.
Yeah.
I could easily see this getting ugly really quick, getting scary really quick. Boston's a rough town.
You got to win. You got to win.
You got to win. And Boston's very old school, very Irish dominant, very Italian dominant. Like Boston's a different world. Boston's a different world. Like, you know, like in LA, like it's like there's everyone. Like there's everyone, you know, and it's like, you know, it can be a little bougie. Like, you know, it's not a big deal. Like if you weren't like a big like athlete or a player or anything, like Boston, it's cold. People are rude. They love it donking. Like, imagine everyone being like Ben Affleck. That's Boston. Like, yo, this quote right there, I do see color because I believe if you don't see color, you can't see. I was like, oh, shit. When he said that, I was like, here comes Boston.
Yep. I was like, I applauded him for saying that. I thought that was fantastic for him to say it, to just kind of call it out.
Well, this is very, Boston is known for this.
You know what?
I'm dead.
He's as good.
Coaching for the Pats is like Jackie Robinson on the Dodgers.
I mean, have you? I don't know if I'd go that far because I saw 42 and when 42 came out and people like Don Newcomb were saying that's really what it was like. And, you know, Vin Scully saying that, you know, and they were there at that time. You know, I don't know if I'm taking that far because I don't think people are going to be saying things to him.
The internet's going to, though.
Oh, the internet's going to go. Yeah. The internet's going to internet if they go 3-14 next year. And I don't know. And, you know, if they get Marvin Harrison Jr., but they got Bailey Zappi throwing it to him. Come on. That's what's that. Well, it's like you got a nice shiny car and you can't drive it. You know, you got a nice shiny Corvette and you can't drive it on the freeway.
Here's what I'm thinking that Boston does in this situation. Okay, I'm thinking that they go and they maybe grab a Jaden Daniels, someone that can just manage, that can just, you know, if I'm in New England, I'm like, bring in the guy that can make the throws, but can also shut up and color.
Yeah.
Don't give me the big Drake Mays or the Caleb Williams. Don't give me the person that's going to bring cameras and bring media in here as soon as. One of the things that I liked is he said, you know, we'll keep some things. You know, there's some things that I learned from Bill that I did like, you know, and but, you know, Gerard understands it's a different time. It's a different era. I think he knows what it takes to at least relate to the players. We haven't seen him have to be head coach yet. This is a big leap, a big step. This is a very Patriots move, keeping, you know, riding with the in-house guy. Because I felt like it was either, okay, you're going to bring in, I even said it on this show, I was like, Them bringing in Vrabel makes sense, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kept with someone that's already there.
And it kind of makes sense. I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, this is like Gene Bartow replacing John Wooden. This is, yeah. I mean, gosh. I mean, Joe Girardi replacing Joe Torre, and I mean, this is the guy who's probably going to end up being the GOAT of all head coaches, and you've got to step into those footprints. You've never been a head coach in your life before. But
it's a scapegoat type of thing, I feel.
It could be. I mean, if he comes in and he hits a home run, if he gets a quarterback and he hits a home run and they go 10-7 next year, he's bought himself 5 years at least. So, but you know, if we see the stuff that we saw this year, where even though they had a very good defense, by the end of the season, they were one of the top 10 defenses out there, but they couldn't score. So if they don't figure out a way to put points on the board and get a quarterback in there, it's going to be rough. Because look, that was a spoiled. The one thing about that fan base, when they get spoiled, it's no fun. It's no fun when it goes the other way.
No, yeah. Boston's a city that literally does not know how to lose.
Yeah,
like literally does not know how to lose. LA could do fucks. LA's not like LA's a sports town. Like we're Hollywood at the same time.
I'll give you a good example from my Dodger days. Manny Ramirez could not wait to get out of Boston. And it wasn't like he never said he was treated poorly, but it was just like he was squeezed. He just was squeezed in there. And you know what? How tough is it for him? Dominicano grew up in New York to be in Boston, but he MVP of the World Series. It took him to 2 World Series titles, but he could not wait to get out of there. When he got to LA, he's like, I love it here. He goes, I could go to dinner. People leave me alone. And because, you know why they leave him alone? Because at the next table is Tom Cruise. At the other table over there is Madonna. Over there, and it's like, and it's all the famous people. And so people are just like, they let people be. Maybe they'll ask him for an autograph or something like that. Great moment. Opening day 2009. The Dodger Stadium elevator was notoriously really, really slow. And he kind of wanted to get to his car, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to take the stairs. And I'm like, Manny, you're going to be like right in the middle of the opening day crowd leaving. And then he just kind of like, I was just like, okay, I got it. Because there's a point where he had to like actually walk into the concourse just to get to another set of stairs. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, I got to follow him and maybe at least get security if it gets nuts. Start going. We went up the first flight of stairs, went in the main concourse, and everybody's like, what? It's Manny. And like all of a sudden, Manny. And I'm like, okay, guys, we got to get Manny to his car. He's in a hurry. Sorry, take pictures or something like that. And then he got to his car, and luckily I didn't have to call security over. But that's the thing. They could, if that would have happened in Boston, he would have gotten crushed. Everybody would have just like piled on top of him.
Like Boston's. Oh my gosh, it's Brady. We the scene in Ted. He's like you go Tom Brady. You go. I'll gladly jerk on Tom Brady. Like Boston's like But like no, like I mean, but we've even had we've heard stories where like even like Kevin Garnett, he's like Boston's like a hard place to play, and he's like I played for the Celtics. He's like because when you're winning, like they're giving you your all, they're all. He's like, but like when like you lose, he was like you're every name in the book. He was like and they let you know it, and they like so this the way that this is going to work, Philly as well, but Boston's just KKK.
Oh my goodness!
Like this is, but like it's when you look at fan bases, it's like okay, like I'm okay with that. Like yeah, Philly is the wild, unhinged. I don't know what's wrong with Philly fans. Boston, y'all got some shit with y'all. Y'all still living in the Paul Revere days. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at like a fan base like Miami. It's like y'all are way too laxed. With all of your sports, like you just don't care. You look at like Dallas. It's like y'all are delusional. Like you know, you're stop it. Like, you know, put it down. Like, you know, step away. Like, it's okay. Yeah. So no, I think that in terms of the Patriots, this makes for a very interesting. The storyline's not there yet. The storyline is going to be there. This is going to be one that I have a feeling is going to be the new heartbeat, the new pulse of Boston. Could that be good? Could we be singing the praises of, and what I hope it is like Boston's first black coach, New England's first black coach, you know, going off, going crazy, like da 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 da. You know, he's like, it's passion, not racist. Aiden being from Boston.
I hope that's the case.
I hope it's the case. You know, or is this going to be the story of where we're having the coach like in the pressers, maybe being like, you know, hey fans, like, you know, can you guys actually like support us? Can you like actually like get behind us? You know, this one's going to be interesting.
But it really is going to come down to what they do on the offensive side of the ball, because he's a defensive player, yep. You know, an excellent defensive player. So, but you know, he's going to have to get a good offensive coordinator, a good play caller in there, and someone who, if they do go Jaden Daniels or somehow they trade up and get, you know, a Drake May or Caleb Williams or something like that, they need to develop him. They need to figure out a way to develop him.
And he said, "Hey, I'm glad that Robert Kraft is for the hood. This is true, bro. My man's working with me, Billy for
I love it.
Look, I'm purely making comedy behind it. I'm sure the fans are excited.
I hope so. I hope they give him a break.
They haven't been this happy since rookie year, Matt. Well, that's saying that.
Oh,
you did was prove my point.
I can't. Well, are we giving up on Mac after 3 years?
Yeah. Oh, I want Mac Jones out of there. If I'm Rod Mayo, I'm like, you get the fuck out of here now.
Well, if you're Mac Jones, you want.
Yeah, like not now, but like yesterday, like now, like go, clean out your locker. Where am I going to go? I don't know. Look to see if the UFL is hiring. I'll make a call to the Rock for you. No, I'm not. Get out. Go. Canada's hiring. I don't care if you play for the Shanghai Sharks.
There's a lot of quarterback openings, man. There's a lot of quarterback openings.
You're right, and none of them have Mac Jones' name on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's nothing that I saw in the last 2 years that has me thinking anything differently from you, but there's a part of me that's like, I never want to give up on a quarterback when he's still in his rookie deal.
I would rather. I will give Tuiloa out of Maryland a shot at starting.
Oh, to his brother.
Yeah. Like, and like homie is gonna be like the last day pick. Like he is not. No.
You do need a big arm to play in New England, though. You need a big arm.
No, not Mac Jones. Jones just isn't good. Like he's just not good. Matt, whatever you're smoking, I want some. Pass it. For real. Like Aiden, stop holding out, bro, because that must be some really good shit. Stop it. Rookie year, Mac was special, but I am so tired of like, well, rookie year, this person. How many times have we seen someone come in that rookie year, be great, and then they fall off a cliff? Stop it. When your name is McCormick, I know your ass.
They did mess him up, giving him. I mean, seriously, giving him Matt Patricia. Come on, man. No way.
Yeah,
I mean, that was stupid.
Matt Patricia shouldn't be in charge of anything. One of the most dangerous places you could ever go and eat in America is a fucking Waffle House. All right. If I saw Matt Patricia and the cooks at Waffle House are trained in hand-to-hand combat to protect you and the Waffle House while they are also simultaneously cooking. If I saw Matt Patricia managing a fucking Waffle House, I'm walking out of that Waffle House. I'm not safe. Like, no.
I like waffles too. I like waffles.
Stop.
Oh, no way.
Jake Browning is his own man, and Browning is better. Browning is better. What you meant to say is Browning's better than Mac Jones. Like, literally what you meant to. I'm sorry. If you put Mac Jones has 2 left feet.
No, he's according to this, he's thinking that Mac Jones is better than Browning and Purdy.
Yeah, he thinks that Mac Jones. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, Mac Jones has 2 left feet, bro. Like, you ever seen someone try and go and salsa dance and like they just trip over themselves? Yeah, that's bro. That's Mac Jones. No.
Sort of the way that Jared Goff tripped over himself and got sacked on last weekend.
Look, let my man's Goff be.
He's got
for Detroit. He's still one for Detroit. We're going to talk about how great that is later. I'm excited to kind of get into that. See, last night I was on your show and you asked me about the games. Tonight I'm going to get to ask you about the games. So I'm super excited about later on. I do want to highlight another kind of coach speak scenario here. Actually, we have 2 more, but one that I want to highlight really quick before we get into the greatest coach of all time. Harbaugh, Los Angeles, bright lights, Los Angeles, the Chargers. What are your thoughts on this? I already know that I get ahead of myself when it comes to talking about the Chargers just because I like underdogs. I like Cinderella stories. So I'm just going to let you go. And you tell me, because you're out there in the LA area. Oh, my gosh. Wait, hold on. Ali, my homie from high school, what's good? Truth of the matter is Mac Jones came in to replace Brady, and that comes with a lot of pressure for any player, let alone a 20-year-old rookie. That doesn't change that he has 2 left feet. That does not change. That man has no rhythm at the QB position. Quarterback's a position where you got to be, where you have to have that smooth, poetic motion, but you also have to be able to deal with the adversity. The way that he also deals with adversity. No,
it didn't work.
Yeah, every test that I've seen him have to make through in my eyes is, I like you as a backup. I like you as a backup. They had this man on his pro day or whatever, freaking, he didn't even throw passes. This man was freaking running and like catching passes and shit. No.
And remember, people were saying that the
top 40 QB to be further than your bum ass Jaguars, Aiden.
Oh, come on, Aiden. Okay, but yes, he has those things, but it's someone. Jimmy D wasn't doing these things when he had him when he was there. Trey Lance wasn't. Well, Trey Lance didn't get much of a shot. So
Mahomes receiving core has the most drops in the entire league throughout the regular season, and yet they're in the playoffs and heading into a divisional round. I don't most
unrealized air yards, 385 yards that air yards that just got dropped. Think about that. He was just under 4,200 passing yards. You add another 400 yards to that. People are talking very differently, and that probably adds about 5-6 touchdowns. People are talking very differently about the year that Patrick Mahomes had.
Philadelphia Eagles did nothing but run screens and at least made it to the fucking wild card.
Yep. But
Josh Allen led the league in interceptions. We can make stats for anyone and make excuses. It does not change the fact the man has 2 left feet. Anyways, I want to talk about Harbaugh and I want to talk about Los Angeles because I'm excited about this one.
So I think to answer the question about Harbaugh to the Chargers, I think it's the perfect fit. Harbaugh is 60 years old. Okay, he's not a young up and coming coach who thinks he could probably come in. He wants a ready-made situation. Justin Herbert is the most ready-made quarterback of any open coach position right now. So you put Harbaugh there. He's a former quarterback as well. He's going to bring the infrastructure. He's going to bring someone in. He's going to bring in an infrastructure that's going to emphasize the running game, but also, enhance what Justin Herbert would do. He's going to take the star. He's going to take kind of like some of the star. LA loves star coaches. Tommy Lasorda, yes. Phil Jackson, Sean McVay. I mean, Joe Torre came here and was managed for 3 years. Dave Roberts has become a star as the Dodger manager. So, what you love those guys that are just going to be, kind of like that focal point. And he's going to be kind of the CEO of the organization. He's going to be the chief spokesman for the organization. And LA will eat it up. Okay. Because there's not high expectations for the Chargers. And he will bring expectations, but he will bring discipline. He will bring hard work ethic, and he will take Justin Herbert to a different level.
And with the conviction that you are speaking of, and speaking with, it makes me believe, but I also pose the question to you, is this the man that makes Spanos sit back, shut up, and color while he does the dirty work? Because that's what needs to happen here. So your thoughts, is this
if they don't
get pushed over?
He's not coming in. He's coming into any situation. He's bringing his situation. Notice they haven't hired a GM yet. So he's going to hire the GM if he becomes the starter. So and as far as Spanos is concerned, if Spanos would learn one thing, one thing from Robert Kraft, get a great coach in, get a great quarterback in, and get out the way. Write the checks and collect the rings. So
thank you.
Yeah. And Spanos, stay out the way. Stay out the way and go do your philanthropy. My daughter goes to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. I've gone to visit her a couple times, and there's all these placards that the Spanos family has sponsored all sorts of things there. They've sponsored things at other colleges. Great. Go do that. Show up on Sunday and be ready, get your suite ready and get everybody to just pat you on the back because you got a great team. And a great coach.
Bring it to your point here. Okay, what you're bringing up, I agree with this. I agree with this to a certain extent. I think that Harbaugh is going to come in and he's going to be like, yeah, that whole that you don't like to talk to the media stuff, that whole you don't like to be out. You know what? No, that this boat that you thought was a secure place. Hey, guess what? Swim. Like, and I really think that that's what's going to happen here. I really think that that's what's up next here. You're talking about a guy that knows how to win. You're talking about a guy that went head to head with him and his brother,
and almost won. Almost won.
You want to talk about a powerhouse football family? It may seem like, because we get like the Mannings and we get like now like the Sanders family, they're getting ready to produce. Rivers has his kid getting ready to come up, and his first, I think it's his second. Yes, one of his kids, balling out. Like I know, like we're getting ready for like all of these like stories. Sunday Samuel has his son. Joey Porter has his son. I get that we've seen great family. And we've seen great coaching, trees, the Lombardis, so on and so forth. Hardballs are right up there with those greats.
Oh, yeah.
The way that their minds work, even their dad, like.
Yeah, Dad won a national championship as a coach too. It was a lower level, but still a national championship.
Look, if little brother's back in the league, better get yours right now, Baltimore.
Yeah, exactly.
Better get yours right now. Hey, and for everyone at home, get your popcorn ready because it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. I really think that Harbaugh is the fit for the Chargers. That's my opinion. Brad, I'm going to come back up to your comment in a second. Could Harbaugh to Washington be a possibility? New ownership, young GM, second overall pick, highest cap space, not to mention his brother lives in the DMV as well. I am actually going to be getting into Washington. If you caught last week, Ali, I kind of a little bit touched on it, but in regards to the Washington coaching position, I would love it if Harbaugh came to Washington. I don't think that it's a possibility. I think that the better fit for him, anywhere that he goes, is dangerous. Immediately out the gate, like you immediately have to well, that team just became scary. With that being said and stated, I think that Washington is a very close second choice for him.
Yeah.
You can't beat LA. You can't. The weather and everything like that. I think the only thing that would caution me as a coach is when I think about I'm never ever going to have home field advantage. There's never going to be a such thing as home field advantage for me.
But you know what? I mean, how many people would become Charger fans? LA's a front runner town.
Oh, all the Michigan fans, all the people that are Michigan fans, if Harbaugh, they'd be like, yeah,
jump on the bandwagon. Yeah. Yeah. So they'd come in, and there's a lot of Michigan, there's a lot of people from Michigan here.
And
so
yeah, no, good team.
No, I think it would just be, I think it would be an inspired hire. If they don't do that, then it just means that Spanos doesn't want to pay a coach. And then all of a sudden, I think that is going to tell the fan base right there that you don't care about winning, about what it takes to win. And I think that's just you may waste Justin Herbert. If they don't
get Harbaugh, you stick a fork in their season already right out the gate.
Yeah.
It's literally if I'm the Chargers, it's Harbaugh or bust. If I'm the Chargers, I'm like, I don't know who I'm going to get. I don't even think that it's an issue of not being able to pay a coach. I think it's an issue of being in an attractive situation.
I mean, they've talked about how they want to coach with head coaching experience, and the ones that are out there are Belichick. Belichick that are actually free agents, and Vrabel. I mean, Dan Quinn's technically not a free agent, but yeah, I mean, it's Vrabel, and I like Vrabel, but under his tutelage, Ryan Tannehill became a starting quarterback. So could he take Justin Herbert to the next level? I want to see it to be Harbaugh, because I want a quarterback to come in there and be.
Yeah, I want it to be Harbaugh. Brad, yes, sir. Jared Goff as a clickbait. Herbert stopped playing through injuries. Challenge impossible. Free Keenan Allen. Brampton product. Josh Palmer going to be balling. They're wasting Quentin Johnston's talent. Matt saying we winning this shit. I'll be talking Texans on the other side of the show. I'll be talking Lions here on the other side of the show. Don't you guys worry.
Quentin Johnston needs to stop dropping passes.
That was scary. I was like, Mike's going to be here, and then I just see this shit flash backstage. Really quick, final thing on the coaching carousel that I kind of do want to touch on before I get into my rant. Your thoughts on the second interview, Belichick, Atlanta. In a way, honestly, it feels like a weird fit to me. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, how's the fan base going to feel with the coach coming in who beat them when it was 28-3? So, but
there's that. It just doesn't feel like a Belichick city.
No, I mean, you don't expect the hoodie to be in a dome.
I mean, the hoodie might work because Atlanta's just not the hood. Atlanta's Black Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I think back to that Michael Vick era in Atlanta. I think back to that Matt Ryan, Julio Jones era in Atlanta. I like the roster. I'm like, does the culture fit? I'm like, it's weird. This was the place I was like, "Welcome to Atlanta, where the players play." And like, I don't see Belichick walking out with the players like, well, that's playing in the tunnel. Like, I mean, like Belichick, I love Belichick with the 12 personnel. Really quick, ladies and gentlemen, drop the mic. FF.
Jorge!
Feliz Año Nuevo, brother. Feliz Año Nuevo.
It's just the culture.
You know, is it?
Yeah, you said LA. Hold on, I got you. Got you.
But you're right. The culture fit. I mean, it with Belichick to ATL. Oh, it's different.
Fans be twerking in the stands in Atlanta, like you know, they be throwing ass in the stands in Atlanta.
He's friends.
I'm so serious. I'm not lying.
I know, but he's friends with Arthur Blank. This doesn't surprise me.
I know.
He's personal friends with Mr. Home Depot. I mean,
can you be friends with someone that beat you 28-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
When you're a billionaire, you can do whatever the F you want.
When I'm a billionaire, when I'm a billionaire, I'd be friends with whoever the fuck I want. I'm breaking some laws. No, I'm kidding. That's a bad joke at a time where billionaires are all in trouble.
Well, yeah.
But you know what?
As long as you don't end up on the list, you're okay.
The interesting thing, though, is Atlanta's basically a quarterback away. Yeah. So from being potentially a very good team, and Belichick, you know, couldn't make it happen with Mac Jones. So how does he figure it out in Atlanta when they don't have a high enough draft pick to get one of the game changers?
Desmond Ritter's that light-skinned dude in the club that be doing this dance.
Hey, I mean, even when I was backstage, Robbie was bringing up the fact that, you know, Atlanta is about, you know, the hood part of Atlanta. Atlanta is about the culture. Atlanta is about blah, blah. I'm just saying, if I had a wife who is an R&B rap or R&B artist and she wanted to be in Atlanta and I don't have a team because Denver don't like me, I would maybe go to Atlanta to play for.
Hey, Russell Wilson in Future City. That's a golden take. That is a golden take. Hey, Bill Belichick to Atlanta with Russell Wilson as a quarterback, walking out the future would be fucking hilarious.
Hey, there was even people have been saying that, oh, he'd be great in New England. Well, not with Belichick gone, but I could see him going down south and still playing for Belichick. He's up there, like Jorge said, they're a QB away. But
would they run the ball? Would they run the ball from the 1 yard line?
But here's the other thing. Depending on what a certain team does, Robbie went on a rant last week about this guy. Depending on what a certain team does in Chicago, if they go Caleb or not, I mean, Justin Fields could end up down there in Atlanta too, because he is from Georgia. So there's a couple. I think they're going to get a quarterback anyway. It all depends on who the coach is. I also heard that Harbaugh is going to interview there too. So I mean, it's just one of those things.
Look, here's what I like about the Atlanta situation for real. All jokes aside, no comedy. You know, here it's built the way that Bill already likes this. I said this last night on your show, Jorge. Thank you for having me again. Humble. It's already built the way that Bill likes it. You have those two tight ends. You have two beast running backs that you can exchange. With this team already, you can kind of redo what you did back in those kind of Corey Dillon-esque days. This team can get very fucking nasty very quick. And especially when with the league that it seems like young boy genius, offensive minded head coaches mixed with former linebackers who all wore green dots. While you're still the last of I put this dying breed, we need Bill, I think, more than we've realized. I think that with him having a team that's kind of, TTG trained train turned, ready to go.
I love that.
You know, you what the fuck was that, Mike? I think that it's a perfect fit. Ali asked if Philly gets rid of Sirianni, should Belichick consider the Eagles' job? I don't think they're going to get rid of Sirianni.
I don't think they get rid of Sirianni. I think
I heard that they're not. I've already heard.
I think they do clean house on the coordinators.
Yeah, I think the coordinators.
That's what I think they're going to do. That's what I think they're going to do.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the coaching carousel, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to cover one last topic before we get into halftime, where we are going to get into the divisional round, where I am going to give you some bets, some picks, some props. Is Mike going to get pissed, or is Mike going to love me? We'll find out.
I'm going to get pissed. I already know. Because you do it for content. You don't. I know you.
I do what I want to do.
Exactly my point. You're going to tell me that you don't do shit for content.
At this point in time, that I can't. Like at this point in time, like I have a perfect freaky record. I have to keep that going by any means necessary.
All right, go to the next topic. Okay.
Yeah. I am super entertained, but also super indulged, like super just like in depth, entranced with the beef between RG3 and Jay Gruden.
I only see part of it, but it's stupid.
This is the NFL, baby.
You're Washington. What do you? I mean,
It's content 24/7.
No, I know. I'm saying you're Washington, so hey.
I'll express how I feel, but don't worry, I got that part on lock. I already know exactly everything I'm about to say. I'm gonna pour up a little shot before I say what I gotta say. That's why I'm giving y'all the chance. Tell me how you feel. Is Gruden right? Some of the things that he's saying, is RG3 right? Who's more right? No, you're not allowed to just be like, no, you need to pick a fucking side.
Go, Jorge.
Oh, it's RG3. RG3's on the right side. But the thing I don't like is that he kept it going. There was a certain point you just got to let it go. You know what? He's in a bigger job right now than Jay Gruden is. So, he's in the right because what he said is the truth. And even Jay Gruden agreed with him. But yeah, it starts that he kept it going just kind of makes it look like sour grapes. And I don't think RG3 needs that kind of noise on him, because he is. I've heard him commentate, and he's very good. He's very good. He knows his football. He knows how to break down a game. I mean, I think he could one day call a Super Bowl. As a color guy, I think he can. And but I think getting into these kind of beefs, I think kind of hurts that, because he needs to be like Derek Jeter, who never said anything wrong. Michael Jordan never said anything wrong. He needs to do that. He needs to not be getting into 10-year-old beefs, which is unfortunate because again, what
this
he
was
said.
also one I feel like that needed to be hashed out.
Yeah.
I agree with Jorge in the sense of I agree with both of you in the sense of it needs to be hashed out. But there's a point where, like Jorge's saying, and that's what I agree with, is when is enough for RG3? Where you go too far in RG3's new role and everything, you go a little too far, and you're going to be answering, not to bring up old things like we brought up, that me and you have talked about Robbie and everything else, but as an example, you have to answer to ESPN and you have to answer to whatever.
Yeah.
Just like Stephen A. with that whole incident with, Stephen A. and Whitlock, he did what he could say, and then you can only go so far. Because RG3 only has a certain bit of a platform still, RG3 needs to stop because he doesn't have...
It's not just the ESPN thing in his own podcasting. He works in the organization.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, he works for the team.
Yeah. He just got to be careful.
Yeah. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Jay Gruden, you fucking listen to me. Sit
I got
down
my
at your
popcorn.
desk right now. Class is in session. The teacher's talking, okay? This is a time where I need you to actually just really listen to a lifelong fan of the team, okay? My dad would call me out a lifelong fan, but yeah, we'll leave that for another day. As a lifelong fan of the team, bleeding burgundy and gold, all that you did during your era was have a coaching staff. They all did all of the work. You did nothing. You are the equivalent to the kid during the freaking 8th grade having to get ready for high school exit project, okay? The senior year exit project. We get it. You're Mr. Valedictorian. You needed to get a good grade, so you need all of us to pull our weight. But then you end up fucking doing nothing, and we all do the rest of the work. LaFleur, Slowick, Morris, McVay. The list goes
Shanahan.
on.
Shanahan.
The regime that was underneath you.
I think McDaniel was there too.
McDaniels. Yes, McDaniels.
Yeah.
Every single fucking coordinator, keyword coordinator, okay, that was underneath you surpassed every single thing that you did in the NFL. And they've all been head coaches for basically the same amount of time or even longer. Or they've been coordinators elsewhere for the same amount of time or even longer. The fact that every single one of those coordinators has a story about asking for an opportunity, asking for more, and just stay over there, you do your job. And other teams saw their talent. You want to know something about RG3? While you ran him into the dirt, and during that freaking wild card game, you sent him back out there on the field to die when it was obvious that you needed to pull him. And then when reports came out afterwards that it was proven that you forced him back out there. And you would be like, oh, well, Kirk was better. No, you did it on purpose because you wanted Kirk. And it came out that there was evidence that you did it on purpose. You have no legs to stand on, Lieutenant Dan. As a fan of this team, Gruden, along with the rest of the Snyder era, the only people that we respect are our players, are our legends from that era. The rest of you that did not contribute to trying to make things better, the rest of you that stayed silent, the rest of you that ran our players into the dirt and contributed to the heartache and pain of the fans, you, sir, are donkey of the day. You, sir, can fuck off and multiply for all I care.
No, we don't want them to multiply.
We don't want them to multiply. You're right. RG3, keep defending the team. Keep defending your legacy. I do agree with these gentlemen that because of your position in the organization, you did not have to go that far. But I understand that this needed to be aired out, and this did need to be aired out for the public to see. Because, Gruden, you're a fraud. You're a fraud, and you know it. And I'm happy that a real one served you up. Because the second that RG3 said, I'll bring you on my show and we can talk about it, I noticed real quick that you learned a lesson of shut up and color. That's my rant. I know where your bodies are, Jay.
We all know that he's living off the last name of a brother, not of him.
I should have put on my RG3 jersey, but I was shorter back then. I don't fit it no more. W rant.
That was well done. That was well done.
Poetic.
Muy bien. Muy bien. Muy bien.
Thank you.
My hair got blown back.
What?
My hair got blown back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into halftime on the second half of the show. We are going to get into game picks. We are going to get great yapping, W yapping, W yapping. We are going to get into game picks. This is actually going to be the most important half of the show. I'm not going to make this a super long halftime. I'm going to be honest. I'm doing one music video, one commercial, and then we're back on. If you saw my picks last night, get entertained for me to throw in some props. I didn't throw in as many props last night. Be entertained for me to give you guys a prop or two. Fellas, I'll see you on the other side. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do dilly dilly. This is the homie Shama Noel with dilly dilly, y'all. I've got a sugar mom. Jorge, you're going to love this song. It's hilarious.
You don't have to worry, it's my time right now, cause the boy about to blow up. They gon' pay me before I show up. Why you hating? You don't know us. Never make it what they told us. But I bought in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, no turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop CLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, girl, when you're not.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, chat? You already know what's haps. Let's see. I'm ready to love the song. Yeah, bro. It was fire. It was fire. Fire.
I would have liked a sugar mom when I was 29.
Right. Oh, it's hilarious because like Shama, you look like an old motherfucker, but he's younger than me. Yeah, it's hilarious. We're gonna get into game picks. I'm excited. It's a good weekend to bet. It's a good weekend to bet.
Great weekend. Best weekend of football.
Oh yeah. But we got a pretty good sports weekend overall. Shovel the snow. Bro, don't remind me. No, luckily the sun did that for me today. I live in Colorado, so I don't have to actually shovel the snow. Like we just let the sun come out and it deals with it. Wait 2 hours, that should be gone. We are going to get into the first game. Houston, Baltimore. We are 18 hours away from madness. I will be live for this madness. It is going to be litty than a titty. No shout. That wasn't a shout out to you, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Are you gonna be? Are you live for
It's
one
Super
or
Bowl
both?
reference? Did anyone get the Super Bowl? Like, no one got
Yeah.
the joke. So, if I have to fucking explain this joke,
It's me and Jorge. We're old enough to know way
We
before
saw
that.
it.
Yeah, we
I'm
were
just-
there. We saw it.
greatest VHS tape of all time. 13-year-old Robbie in a bathroom. What that? Why is a VCR in the bathroom? Don't worry about it. What are you? Oh, brisk. Nice. Is that the mango drink?
Blood orange.
Blood orange. Nice. Classy. That actually goes well with Sailor Jerry's, actually, believe it or not. Houston is a plus 9.5 dog. The over-under is 43. Houston's plus 330. Baltimore minus 125. 9.5 favorites. Mike, I'll let you go first. Just remember, you tried to fade me last week.
When did I fade you?
You were on Dallas.
Oh yeah, I was on Dallas. Yeah, I was on Dallas.
Yeah.
But the
He was
difference
like-
is
He was on the star like,
no. The difference is you're not on the star only because of your freaking commander shit. All right, here we go.
my girl's a Dallas fan. I want that.
That don't mean that don't mean shit, and you know it. Okay, shut your trap and let me have my minute. Okay. Houston came on top last week. Stroud showed out. Their defense showed out. This is Baltimore they're facing. I'm scared of Baltimore in general. I think they're the real deal. I am picking Baltimore to win the game, but I am not picking Baltimore to cover the 9.5. Houston will cover. I think it's going to be about a touchdown, but I do not think they cover the 9.5. Houston does enough to stop Lamar, and Stroud does enough. And I would take, right now, if I had to pick, Nico Collins anytime TD.
Okay. Collins anytime
Caliente.
TD.
Caliente.
I like that. So Ravens to win, Houston to cover, Collins anytime TD. I'm fucking with it. Jorge, what are you thinking?
My anytime TD is Isaiah Likely, because I completely agree with Mike, because I think it's going to be a closer game than 9.5, and I think they're just going to do it. That Baltimore is just going to do enough to win. They're not going to try and blow anybody out. They're going to win, and I love Stroud. I think Stroud is going to be like a top 5 to 7 quarterback next year in fantasy drafts. I just think it's going to be tough. I keep going back to Peyton Manning, all those years when he had to go into New England, dome quarterback, going into a high flying, and then you throw 4 interceptions. I don't know if it's going to be a 4 interception game, but I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a tough road to hoe for him this week. And I know he played in Ohio State, but he's been, his blood got thin, playing in that dome and lighten it up, lighten it up.
And kind of going back to what we were talking about on your show last night when breaking down this game, Puppy. I went back this morning and I rewatched the Lamar Jackson draft clip with Dion Prime interviewing him back in Prime's analyst days at NFL.
Oh, yeah.
He immediately got fucking chills. If you don't think that Lamar remembers and that day is not ingrained in his head at this given fucking moment.
Oh, it is, yeah.
To my knowledge, no one got on a boat.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, no one stepped foot on a fucking yacht, not a boat, not a speedboat, not a rowboat, not a canoe,
We would have known. We would have known.
Nobody touched the fucking water. The harbor is safe. Let's cook. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let us cook. I am going here. 52.5 rushing yards over.
Oh,
The marvelous baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, let me get Lamar to go crazy. Let me get Lamar to go crazy tomorrow on the legs. Look.
Isn't it true quarterbacks run a little bit more? Mahomes runs a little bit more. We saw that monster run that Josh Allen had last week. So the quarterbacks run a little bit more.
They will put their game. They will put the game on their backs if need be. By the way, if you guys want to like really live a little dangerous, I'm kidding. It's not dangerous. 8.5 on CJ Stroud on the rushing prop. Just saying, if he has to climb the pocket once to pick up first with his legs, that's a quick home run hitter. One that I really like on the anytime TD, it wouldn't be Rumboyz Robbie, and it wouldn't be a Baltimore Ravens bet if I didn't throw my guy Zay Flowers on the parlay. Like if I did not put Zay Flowers plus 135 anytime TD, give me the Flowers anytime. I love the likely call.
Can you tell me what is the number for Nico?
For the number for Nico for any time?
Yeah. Because I just pulled that
plus
out.
165. Nico's
I just pulled it out because I didn't even look at the number.
No, bro, I love the plus 165 for Nico. I was gonna go with that, but I was just curious what it was. No, I gotta be Robbie. I gotta give me the Zay Flowers TD like all day. All day. Even though I think this is going to be more of a Lamar game, I think you can literally build a Lamar TD, a Lamar rushing, and a Ravens money line prop with Houston covering. I think you can do all those things. I think all those things can hit. Give me Zay Flowers anytime TD. I love it.
I got a quick question for both of you that has to do with this game. Does Dalvin Cook have any say in this?
No.
Okay.
He's getting the Melvin Gordon treatment, my guy. He's getting the Melvin Gordon.
Gordon's gone, so
I know, but
he's on the practice squad.
But you remember the meme of Gordon holding the trophy and the cigar, the Lombardi and the cigar.
I know. Yeah.
Cook is going to be the meme. Cook is going to be the meme this year. There's always a meme of a player that did nothing but got the group project reward. That's going to happen. Packers, Niners. Plus 9.5 again. It's the away team again. As the dogs at a plus 350. The over-runner is different in this one, though. 50.5.
It's the highest one of the day or the weekend.
Yes. As of today, yeah. Last night, it was a neck and neck between the Detroit game and the 49ers game. Tonight, we come in with 1 point spreads between these two. Jorge, what are your thoughts heading into this game?
Well, I'm looking at the rain, and it still looks like it's going to rain in the game tomorrow night, and possibly thunder showers. So it's what is it? 69% chance of rain. So Scott Simpson is somewhere very happy about this. I think it's going under. I think the rain's going to keep this game under. I think Aaron Jones is he's great, but he's going to have a tough time running tomorrow. And in the rain, I know it, some people say it's more wind, but I think just trying to throw a wet ball is going to be tough. And
we talked about it last night on your show. Yeah. You brought it up. You're like, Robbie, you played. What was easier, rain or snow? And I was like, snow. Snow's way easier.
Yeah. So I look at that. I look at that one. I think it's going under. I mean, but the thing is, it's and the Packers cannot stop anybody running the ball. And Christian McCaffrey is rested. He's healthy. I think it's going to be. What do we know? What his prop? I didn't check what his prop is for rushing yards.
I'm getting it right now.
It's got to be close to 100 yards.
Got
I'm
it.
getting it. I'm getting it for you right now.
Yeah, I mean, if
McCaffrey rushing prop, it's a 92.5.
yeah, I'm hitting the over. I'm hitting the over. I think he's going to get 100. I think he could get 100 yards by early third quarter, and then just kind of like sit down and just take his helmet off and you know put a hoodie on and just
That's
enjoy.
105 if you haven't met 100 over on the alternate.
Ooh.
If you take him on the alternate, it's a plus 105, so you can juice it yourself.
Wow. No, I think he blows past 100 overall. So I think he's going to be good.
Okay, so we got CMC 100. Who do you got winning, and who do you think, and how do you think the point spread breaks down?
I think San Francisco wins, and it could be really close. Probably like a 28-14 kind of score. So it won't go over, but yeah, they'll probably get 2-3 you know, McCaffrey gets 2 touchdowns by himself, and then maybe Debo gets 1.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
I love Twitch. Twitch is always so unhinged. Dude on the bottom has a hell of a beard. I wish I could just live it there. Have a good day, you magnificent bastard.
What a collection of words. I love it.
No, that was so poetic. That was very poetic. But that also leads us into Mike's take, right?
Yeah, Mike.
All right, so
I like the magnificent part.
there is one player on the 49ers that I am a little bit worried about. And Robbie's going to hate me for bringing this up. I am 100% in on what Jorge is saying about CMC. CMC smashed the over. CMC is going to go off. I am a little bit worried about Brock Purdy.
Ooh.
And the only reason I bring that up is partly the weather, but also young quarterback with the break. Nothing real, not playing in week 18, having an extra week. I'm just afraid that he's going to do something, not have as big of a game as he normally would. Does that mean they're going to lose the game? No. Niners are still going to win the game because of their defense, because of CMC and everybody else. But I do think Green Bay does cover. But the Niners do win the game at this point, because what Jorge said, it is raining. I don't know if it's raining down by you yet, Jorge, but it is raining where I'm at. I do think it's going to be an under because of this. Like, it's going to start, people are going to start betting lower the under because of the rain. So if you want to get on the under, get on it now before it drops to 47-48. Get on the under now, but I think it's going to be the Niners are going to win. Packers will cover. And anytime TD, I'm not giving you one because it's the only reason being is the obvious one is the odds aren't going to be good enough.
I'm with that. I can feel that. Look, for me, 49ers are gonna blow their backs out. You can play the money line, but you're not going to get any juice, so you might as well just take the spread on this one. I've blown more backs out on my OnlyFans than what Green Bay is going to do tomorrow night. Okay. Look, it's comedy. All right. You know, that was a funny joke. You know, that was a funny joke.
All right. Let me ask
you. You wanted to laugh. Damn it.
I know you're the fan. So what do you think? I'm going to say his name the right way. What do you think Brock the Glock is going to do tomorrow?
Oh, my Glock Purdy. Oh, my stick clean. Oh, I'm riding dirty.
What does Robbie think that Brock the Glock is going to do tomorrow?
Oh, Brock gonna go for 270, bro. Brock gonna be on 272 on the dot. Brock gonna be on 272 on the dot.
How many interceptions?
He ain't gonna throw a pick, bro.
Look at that face.
He ain't gonna throw a pick. He ain't gonna throw a pick, man. What you talking about?
What are you drinking and smoking? Because you crazy. He's throwing a pick.
He ain't throwing a pick.
Jair Alexander
The
sitting.
Washington Commanders and the Washington Commanders are going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. He ain't throwing a pick. Bro, Purdy going to go out there. He's going to pitch a perfect game. I got him 272. For real, though. Yeah, 49ers going to blow their backs out. I got 49ers on the spread. Give me that Jaden Reed anytime TD, though, at plus 190, because I am a huge Reed truther. I remember being pissed off on the draft day stream. I was like, what the fuck? But I was like, you know what? They must know what they're doing. They see something I don't see. I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to just believe. I was like, I'm going to just believe. And I'm happy I did. I am happy that I did. And clearly they did see something that I didn't see and I wasn't capable of seeing. And I've grown to appreciate that talent that Reed has brought to the table over the course of the season. So with that being said, give me Reed. Give me Glock at 272 on the dot. His prop is at 264, so we're going to smash that window. Let me get that 9.5. Real easy breezy. No cover.
He does have good yak receivers. So you could just throw short and then let Ayuk and Debo and Kittle and CMC do the rest.
And that's what I think is really going to happen. Dot him up 10, 20 yards. Go for the gusto. I just don't think that Green Bay can't hold San Fran's jockstrap tomorrow. Like straight up. Like you'll be lucky to be able to do their laundry at the end of that game. Straight up. Matter of fact, your water boy's now our water boy. Your laundry boy's now our laundry boy. So that's the way I feel about that game. It's just styles make fights, and the styles aren't there to make that fight. You did great against Dallas. Dallas was going to Dallas that anyway. San Fran ain't letting you do them again back-to-back multiple years. Like, San Fran's not just going to be, yeah, we've been ready for this again. No, it's not going to happen. Speaking of a game with a lot of implications, we're almost done. Thank you guys for chilling with me. We got 2 games to go here. +6 spread, 49.5 over under. The away team, the dog again. We're talking about no other than Tampa Bay, Detroit Lions. It seems like it's Detroit versus everybody this year. Who do we start off with? I think it's Jorge.
I think it's Mike on this one.
It's Mike. Mike. Mike, I actually love that you're starting off with this one. You're the Eminem fan.
Yeah.
Are you wanting the Eminem Taylor Swift Super Bowl? Are you wanting the Eminem Taylor Swift Super Bowl? I'm hearing that's what every Chiefs fan. I'm hearing that's what every Chiefs fan is wanting. Every Chiefs fan is wanting the Eminem Taylor Swift Super Bowl right now.
I don't care who we freaking play as long as just get in. I don't care who. I mean, there is one team I don't want to play, but we'll get into that later in future shows.
Next week, yeah.
I mean, I am what I say I am because, I say I am. And in the news every day I am. Slim Shady is what I am. However, when my knees are weak and my arms are heavy,
I'm fucking drinking.
I really, really want to say that they are going to cover the spread.
You're going to vomit mom's spaghetti.
However, I don't know if the real Slim Shady is going to show up to the point of covering the spread because Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers think their media think they're playing outside. So,
bro, that shit was hilarious. I was waiting for someone to bring it up.
So since the media thinks they're playing outside and they're going to be cold, they're going to be ready for a snow game. This game is really hard for me. I was going back and forth from this on the way home. I think I'm going to do it again. Tampa Bay is going to cover, but Detroit's going to win.
I could see that.
I could see that.
I could see that totally.
I think the NFL would want that. Damn, now that you say it like that.
And give me Rashad White on an anytime TV.
I like that. I like that play. I fuck with that play. I fuck with that play heavy. I think
that's the one. I think you can get like. There's obvious I can say Gibbs is going to get an anytime TD, but that's chalk.
I expect you to give me more Eminem references during that, honestly.
No.
At least you didn't give me Kid Rock.
Bleh!
Ball with the ball, ding, diggy said the boogie, said dump the boogie.
Bro, honestly, I heard that like they don't even like acknowledge that man in Detroit no more. Like Detroit is like
Really? Yeah. He was like the halftime guy forever at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, you say some wild shit, do some wild shit.
I know.
You piss away a whole image. How I haven't done that yet. I'm so proud of me. Jorge, your picks on the game on the day. And I actually have a throw-in question for you. Montgomery or Gibbs? Who's going to be the superior tomorrow? You can only pick one.
Gibbs, because he can catch the ball. Because he's going to catch the ball. They've almost ignored David Montgomery in the passing game. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to will get kind of like a screen pass or just something something short and intermediate takeoff, because right now the Buccaneers, neither team can stop the pass in any way, shape, or form. But I want Gibbs.
Are you saying that it's safer to play the Gibbs rushing plus receiving prop in that aspect? Because
yes.
Okay.
Rushing plus receiving. I want that extra juice from and everything that he's going to do in the passing game. I think Jared Goff's going to hit him on a couple of short passes. It's going to be a good game for Jared Goff.
I think that if you're gonna take one or the other, I think that you might be safer with the receiving. If like you're only looking at one category. We saw last week where the number was at 53.5 with Gibbs, and then obviously that went under. So I don't know if we play that same game, we fuck around with that same game. I think that to what you just said on that particular player, if we're going to diagnose that, I just want to make sure that we disclaimer that you probably play both. Because having played both last week, we would have came out profitable.
Oh yeah. This is gonna. I think this is gonna be the funnest game of the weekend. The only game indoors. I think smash.
Don't let Tampa know that.
Huh?
Don't let Tampa know that.
Yeah, they think it's gonna rain on them.
Okay, so wait, really quick. So you have Detroit by 6, or
Detroit's gonna cover. Detroit will win by a touchdown. Yeah.
All right, so what do you think, Cheddar Bob?
That was. So what Cheddar Bob did shoot himself with his own gun.
Hey, he pulled a Plaxico. He pulled a Plaxico. Who did it better? Who did it better, Cheddar Bob or Plaxico?
It's gold. That was gold. If I ever have to do a comedy show in a New York comedy club basement, I am so bringing that up. Or like if I have to be in like Detroit, oh my gosh. I know exactly how I'm gonna set it up too for preference. For me, Detroit. Listen, I love the narrative of like Baker and like, do you believe in magic? It feels like that, right? When you think about Baker Mayfield being in the playoffs and what he's done, when he was lining up on defense for the practice squad for the fucking Carolina Panthers just a damn year ago. And now here he is. It's like, yo, you have a shot at a Super Bowl. But that do you believe in is running out for me. So I'm gonna take the Lions by a comfortable 6. I think it's a comfortable 6. I'm not playing this number beyond 6. I think that if you see this bet up, you shy away, you don't play the spread, and at that point your money line in, but maybe you play a couple of extra units. I think I said this on your show last night, to where this is the game to where I think Saturday, in terms of when we just talk money lines, your favorites hit. I think your favorites hit Saturday. I think that's Vegas giving you the false confidence to ease in to Sunday, thinking that you have a heads up, and they're gonna squash like a fucking bug. Play it at 6. I think that's the best that you're getting this number. I don't think that the number gets any better than this. Maybe you get 5.5. But if you get 5.5, I don't think that you're getting -12 on the 5.5. And I think that's the value of what you can get if it gets betted down. I think that's where the tricky part is going to come in. Some book is going to give you juice. I would say shop this one and try and get the best value that you can.
I can't see it coming below 5.5. I just think all the Michigan people are going to be betting big on Detroit.
You have two very big populated areas in just the whole overall state of Florida, but just the city of Detroit alone and what that houses. Just off of those two territories alone, and then when you begin to factor in the rest of America, I saw a report today that most of America is siding Detroit. That's why I don't think that we get below 6 on this.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting. We'll see what works out. We have one more game to cover here. Oh wait, I have to give you guys a prop bet. It's Mike Evans receiving over all day. It's
what is it?
There's no way that you don't take this after the drops that he had last week. That number is currently set at 71.5. 71.5 is a coast in with Mike Evans for me.
He might get that one play.
Yeah.
Just Baker throw him a bomb.
One of the narratives I do love in this, if you're trying to ride with Mike's picks in that Bucks cover. Hey, I get that he's not playing, but CJ Gardner-Johnson thought that Russell Gage was still on this offense. So I mean,
what?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Chris Godwin may not play.
Yeah, Godwin may not play. The line right now for Godwin is set at 64.5. The thing is with the thing that makes Tampa scary offensively is you don't have a whole lot of film on the rest of their weapons. There's not enough. And I feel like we're at a point with K. Dotton, fantasy football alert message. We're at a point with K. Dotton where I think that we're just learning what his upside can actually be. I think that we're just learning K. Dotton. I don't think
the one that I'm excited about isn't even K. Dotton.
Laporta?
Trade frickin' Palmer.
Oh, yeah. If Godwin said,
I'm just saying, like, for the
okay,
future
we'll call that the home run hit. Is that your home run hit? Is that your home run hit pick?
If Godwin doesn't play, absolutely.
If Godwin doesn't play, then right now you can bet Palmer at an 18.5. You leave Godwin out of your parlay. This is a parlay that you place. Maybe you only place like $5, right? You place a unit. $10. You may place a unit, maybe whatever's a unit for you. A unit is whatever the fuck you make it.
Yeah.
18.5. If you place that right now while it's hot, you leave Godwin out of it so you don't have to worry about any loss of value in case he gets announced not playing and they void that out. Honestly, Mike's spitting $1 million worth of game to you right now. Shout out to Gillian Wallow. I want to get into the last and final game because I can't believe that we still have Jorge here right now. But let's run like a Chris Brown song. Yeah. Run it. It's your man. It's the playoffs on the floor. If it is, Goodell, let me know. Why am I? The fact that I'm not canceled is fucking hilarious. Kansas City, look, Mike ran.
What's up with that? Where'd he go?
He ran.
Hold on. Keep talking.
He getting ready.
Okay.
Starts in one day, according to the ticker here. Chiefs. First time in the playoffs. Buffalo. I feel like I got to get a little Dak with this. Here we go.
All of a sudden, we get Mel Gibson being Road Warrior from Road Warriors. There we go.
2.5. Chiefs are the dogs. 45.5 is the spread. Plus 124. The weather's supposed to be high in Buffalo. Not the weather does not matter with these two teams, so I don't care about a weather report. Like, I literally give two fucks about a weather report when it comes to these two teams. We'll let Mike go last. Jorge, How do you want? Do you want to go first? I think that you should go first, so I can hype him up.
Jorge goes first.
I heard a stat. I heard a stat today that Patrick Mahomes against the spread, when he is the underdog, 8-0-1. I was like, there's a part of me that thinks that the Bills are kind of like a team of destiny, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I looked at their injury report today. Like half their defense is hurt, and you're gonna give Patrick Mahomes that. I think it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes, bang Rashee Rice, anytime touchdown. Take it. I think it's. I think. How do you not take the points with Patrick Mahomes on your side? I don't care what kind of year he's had. All he needs is one day, and I think he could put up 300 on in just about any weather. He didn't do it last week, but he could do it.
I'm trying to think how poetic I want to begin this take. I see that Red Kingdom. I see you. I see you down there, Mike. Don't worry.
I know you do.
Look. I have Kobe everywhere on my wall. I say all the time that this man is what we're witnessing. What this man, Brady was Jordan. Montana lovers, I'm sorry. Marino lovers, I'm sorry. Jim Kelly lovers, I'm sorry. Like, and you bring up any great before Brady is MJ. We're witnessing Kobe right now. We haven't seen LeBron yet in the NFL. Everyone else, like you asked me about Montana. I would say Montana is like Oscar Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Like you dig what I'm saying? Like you pick it up and put it down. I said he's like I said like Marino's like Magic Johnson. No, Marino's like Barkley. No, Marino's like Magic Johnson,
Marino's
except if he had rings.
like Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley's like Jim Kelly. You know what I'm saying? I bring this all up because Buffalo, you are cursed. Buffalo, you're cursed. I don't think that it's time that curse gets lifted yet. I need an Isaiah Pacheco anytime TD at +115. I need Isaiah Pacheco to hit me with that. Hey, Isaiah Pacheco be running through that motherfucker. High knees. It's angry. I need Isaiah Pacheco in the end zone. Going crazy with the Jersey club music. You know what I'm saying? I need the Chiefs, except for Taylor Swift. I need the Chiefs to hit that. I swag. I serve. When you have, I know I talk a lot of receiver talk. But when you have a corner like Snead that's going to put you on straps, that's going to put you in a motherfucking seatbelt, I worry. When your corners are playing out of their mind, but especially the way that Snead is. Snead is on a different level right now. Snead is on a whole different fucking planet right now.
He's a different man.
He's a different breed. I'm taking the Chiefs all the way. That Chiefs +124 that's my juice of the weekend. If I'm picking each game, just pick. This is my dog. I'm sorry, Buffalo. Your defense ain't gonna get you over the hump. It's too banged up.
Yeah.
You have
That's
depth.
different.
That depth ain't enough. Give me Isaiah Pacheco anytime TD. Give me Chiefs money line, and let me also get my homie Rashee Rice. Yo, let me get Rice at 68.5 done. 68.5 done. Taylor Swift culture appropriation on a black day. Yo, Taylor and Britney doing the swag surf was terrible. We should never see that again. Go ahead, Mike.
I disagree with you on that one. However,
she did a terrible swag surf.
I am proud of you.
She like you doing a swag surf.
No, it's like me doing the gritty. Before
That's scary.
you see me do my sit down gritty. I don't know if Jorge has, but you have.
We gotta see that shit standing up.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so here we go.
Up, slap.
You got Isaiah freaking Pacheco, who, when he runs across the grass, feels like he's going to break into the second crust of the earth because he runs so freaking hard. And I don't care if it's snowing. I don't care if it's icy. He's going to break into where? And Robbie already said it. He's going to break into the goddamn end zone anytime TD on Pacheco. I am glad Jorge has, I don't have to go fully into it because Jorge already did, of the stat about Mahomes. However, the one thing is, this is the first ever road playoff game, and this is one of the teams that I would not want to play in my first road playoff game unless my name was Patrick Mahomes, because I have a feeling he's going to come out big. Rashee Rice, please do me a favor. Pray to the hands, because every once in a blue moon, you drop a ball when I don't want you to drop a ball. Freaking slap. Okay. Robbie knows where I'm going with this one because of the past. One of the reasons I'm actually pretty happy about this, and you guys brought up that Snead is kicking ass. I know he's had an off season. I know I wasn't in on him for fantasy. I know everyone, he was a bust this year. But when it comes to the playoffs and it comes to certain times of the year, fantasy stuff that we've talked about all year doesn't freaking matter, and this is one of them. I am so happy that Gabe Davis has already been ruled out. Because the last time we played him, hint, was
you blew your butt cheeks apart.
He blew our butt cheeks out to the point, the same point that Jed Fish thinks he's going to do in the Big Ten. Okay? He thinks he's going to clap the cheeks in the Big Ten, just like Gabe Davis clapped our cheeks in that playoff game, and that's the only reason Gabe Davis got all that hype. Snead is going to, I'm not saying he's going to shut down Diggs, but Snead is going to do damage to that offense. The only way, what I'm afraid of is I'm afraid of Josh Allen. Because that guy is on a freaking mission this year. This offseason, he's on a mission. I do think we win. And I still think there is a chance.
Fall into that Barkley category. Does Josh Allen just fall into the Barkley category? And I think that we need to accept that's a possibility.
I don't think Josh does. I think what your argument is the team. But I also think that if the Chiefs put damage on the Bills,
think that Josh Allen can be a Hall of Famer without winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. What do you think the Chiefs are going to win by?
3.
Yeah, I don't think I think it's a close game.
If they win by, if something does happen wrong with Buffalo, I'm afraid McDermott might be fired. However,
no. We can talk about. We'll wait for that. You heard.
I'm just saying it could. I don't think it's going to, because I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a close game.
I don't think that I'm ready for that. I'll deal with that as it comes. I'm as a film head, I don't think that I'm ready to see Buffalo ran any other way or any other style.
Well, they already fired their OC halfway through the freaking season.
I know, but
Chiefs by 4.
I've never wanted to be wrong about a game in my life until you just fucking said some shit like that. That was the first time where I was like, well, fuck, I already locked this in. I already betted this shit live. So
I think we're going to, okay, but I am scared. I will say that I am not.
You're scared. You're scared. You're fucking scared. You just said some shit on a show that's actually pretty well decently known. This show's been known like shit where reaches players. You just said some shit that just that's gonna piss him off. That's gonna piss Buffalo off. All you did was piss them off.
Like you haven't said some shit to piss people off.
But he already bet. He already bet the game. So
I didn't say anything about you,
but at least like when it happens, like when it comes to my DM, I'm like, like fuck you. Like you said some shit that actually might come back and blow back in your face. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I am afraid I am afraid of Cook. But I don't think Cook is Cook is not going to be the difference maker for that offense.
I don't think that offense puts everything together in that clutch situation against that defense. Kansas City defense is playing like their hair is on fire. I'm sorry, but like I'm not trying to utilize the level that I played in, to justify anything. But I'm sorry, I played enough fucking football.
But I think Leafs is the one that's actually right. I think because we have struggles against the tight ends.
Oh, here. The tight end game from Knox and Kincaid is how to be alive for the Bill. And that's what I'm saying, but I don't think that happens. Just the way that those linebackers are able to cover in space scares them. Nick Bolton. If you see Nick Bolton on the other side, I'm sorry, you're gonna shit your pants. Mm-hmm. You have to alternate everything that you do, everything that you've done on film for the last 18, 19, 20 weeks of football. If you're lined up in the slot and you're a receiver, you know that Nick Bolton's gonna no. There's just certain problems in life that I don't want, and Nick Bolton following me on a dig route is probably not one of them. Or me having to run across Nick Bolton's face is probably not one of them.
No.
The tight ends it's going to be rough. They're going to get banged up. This game's going to be all-out war. Blood will be shed. There will be bodies on the field. It is going to be ugly. I use these all as comedic analogies. This is not to refer to injuries. Please, everyone stop. Don't try and clip this to be like, see, he said that this. No. What's good, Blue Jays? Raiders AFC West Division winners next year. Bill's about to whoop that ass Sunday. Believe that. Who's winning 297, you clowns? I am going live on. All right. I am going live on Twitch after this. Okay. I will be live on Twitch. That's what we're planning. All right. If you do not have a Twitch account, go fucking make a Twitch right now. If you have not seen our Twitch streams, Robbie can get away with some shit. YouTube, I'm sorry, but your copyright game is weak. All right, I'm gonna be up on the Twitch stream like suavemente, bet. Like y'all already know. Like we're probably gonna. Y'all want to gamble? Y'all want to gamble together? Like we can actually like sit there together. Like yeah. He said Robbie gonna get down and dirty on such. Turn into a male hot tub stream. Any final words? Jorge, what do you got coming up?
Best weekend of football. I'm really hoping that Sunday night is the best game of the weekend. I think Sunday afternoon, the first game is going to be the best game of the week. It should be the best game of the weekend, but I hope that Mahomes and Allen becomes a heavyweight title fight. I think it'll be fun. And I'm not gonna be like just whatever, whoever gets the ball last, I just want to see 2 ballers go out. So for me, find my content at Jorge Martin 17 on Twitter. You can find my writing almost exclusively on Yahoo right now, and having a great time there, and still doing live streams and shows on Familia FFB, and look for some stuff with me and Edwin Porras on the Injury Prone podcast. So salud, everybody.
Dilly. Mike, are you sticking around for the Twitch, or what are you doing?
I'll probably leave and then come back on. Yeah.
Okay. I
still need to eat dinner. You know where to find me. Drop the Mike FF on the blue thing, whatever, the X, the Twitter, whatever. You know where to find me here on Friday nights, and it'll all depend. My attitude next week will depend what happens on Sunday. So I will see everyone next time, and I will give my 297 prediction in a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit. We'll be live on Twitch. Mike's gonna eat. I'm gonna heat up some food, smash my face. I just came back from the barbershop before I did this stream. If you haven't noticed, the freshie. So I'm gonna wash the dead hair off. We'll be back in 10, 15, 15-ish.
You can start, and then I'll just jump on when I get in.
Yeah. We're gonna react to some music. We're gonna react to some UFC. It's Switch, so we can literally do whatever we want to do. So we're gonna do literally whatever we want to do. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. Wait. Oh my gosh, slap you. All before y'all in this stream, I want to ask this question. Either this theory about the Super Bowl already being set.
Oh,
if that happens, do y'all think? No, stop.
I'm not even going there.
No, it's not
rigged. There's too many factors to control. I'm gonna be honest. Just cook the books for 30 minutes, lock tomorrow. Wait until the next stream, because I'm gonna lock in some of these NFL bets with the UFC bets. And I'm gonna lock in some NBA shit with that too. Big gambling stream coming up. On Twitch. Twitch only. Everyone go make a Twitch. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what to do. Dilly. We love each and every single one of you. Let me get my outro. Oh, Slapster, I'll see you on Twitch. Let's go.